Good afternoon, everyone. I am here in Tokyo, specifically in Ariake, which is near Odaiba, right off Tokyo Bay. And I am staying here at Sotetsu Grand Fresa, Tokyo Bay, Ariake. I'm about to give you a tour of the hotel and my room. And we're going to be very quiet while I'm in the lobby because I'm trying not to make a nuisance while I film. So I'm just going to show you here off to the left here. There is there are two train stations. This one is to the Rinkai line over this way. Straight ahead from this sign right here is the Ariake line. That is that station is Tokyo Big Sight. We are near Tokyo Big Sight. So having an event in Tokyo Big Sight, this hotel is very nice to visit as far as that. So we're going to go into the hotel now. And I'm going to try to be very quiet. I'll try to talk if I can, but I'm not going to be able to nuisance these people as I do a tour. Sorry about the wind. It's very windy today. So the sound is very bad. I apologize for that. Once we get in the hotel, it'll be better. Purposely trying not to film anyone. If I can help it. This is the main entrance of the hotel. So we're going in. To the left is the check-in area. And if we look over here, we have free amenities. And before I go up to the room, I'm going to show you on the second level. So at the second level, we have Lawson Station, which is a convenience store chain. So inside the hotel, there is a convenience store. The only bad thing about this convenience store is that it's located right next to the smoking room in this hotel, which means that you're gonna have to battle with the smell of smoke as you come around. But there's the Lawson right there, and the smoking room if you smoke. And I'm gonna show you over here before we go back down to the lobby. Showing you how check-in works. The reason we're coming over here before we go back downstairs is this place, the patio. Depending on the room you book, you might get coupons for breakfast in the morning. It's a breakfast buffet where it's Japanese food, from an Asian ethnic. And the meal cards are given to you as you enter to secure a table. And then it's pretty much an all-you-can-eat buffet, or you can take a tray away, whatever you prefer to do. So now we're gonna go back downstairs. I'm gonna explain how this hotel works and the room I have. So at this hotel I'm staying at, I've booked a premium bayside balcony room. So I'm going to show you that upstairs. People who don't have premium rooms, there's microwaves down here in the lobby. There's a restroom over here. Cloakroom for your luggage storage. Food over on the side. Now, I'm staying on the premium floor, so I have to use my key card to use the premium floor elevator. And now I have exclusive access to these elevators here. Alright. Now this elevator does have buttons for all the floors, but we only need to go to our floor, which is like floor 18. So very exclusive elevator here for this. This elevator can also go to the second floor as well, but there is no access to floors 3 through 16. Those are all the standard floors, so you won't get access to that unless the elevator. All right. Now we're on the 18th floor. As we enter, we can see what we have extra here. So we have vending machine with a few drinks, not many drink choices. There's extra towels here. You want extra towels in your room. So it's heating and cooling things are a little bit looks like everyone is one. There's also a donation, recycling donation box. So anytime you have clothing that you don't want, you can get that. It's supposed to be done with clothing. Okay, we are here in room 1808. And if you heard the door closing behind me, it is a soft closed door, which means that's designed to be very quiet and not loud, so it won't disturb other guests, which I think is pretty cool. All right, we're gonna turn on the lights in here. Turn on the lights and use your key card, which I know you can't see that well right now. Gonna insert it in the card holder there. Now all our lights turn on in the room. All right. So this is the room. I will say one bad thing about this hotel and this room is how the hotel portrays the room size to be. In their pictures, they use wide angle lenses, which means it makes the room look bigger than it is. But for a room in Tokyo, this is actually a pretty nice sized room. So I think it's pretty cool. Start here on the left here. At the door, you have emergency breathing bags. If there's smoke and fire, you can put this over your head and grab a whole bunch of fresh air, and it'll give you a few minutes of breathing time there. On the door, we have our emergency information, as well as how you want to do your room cleaning. So if you're here multiple days, you have an option to put one of these two signs out. If you don't need any extra stuff, you can not put any of these signs. But if you need some new towels, if your towels are getting a little bit too much used, you can put this out on the door. Or if you would just rather them go ahead and make up the room, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. they'll do a room clean and clean the room for you. You would put this outside on the door. These are magnetic, they come off. So magnetic, stick on the door. If you don't put any of these for 3 days, if you don't put this one, I should say, for 3 days, the staff will come in on your third, after your third night. So I checked in last night, and I didn't ask for service, so it's already 1 day. So if I don't put it out tomorrow, then on Friday, today is Wednesday, then on Friday they will come and make up the room. So, all right, we have pretty much a closet right here, an open closet as I call it. I put my jacket there. I've also put some shoes, some flip-flops, and 2 pairs of shoes that I brought with me. Help me get shoes on. There is a shoe horn, so that's pretty convenient. And this basket here is good for umbrellas. Now I have a small umbrella, so it's pretty deep down in there, but I brought the umbrella with me because this is probably the best umbrella I've ever owned is the one I bought from Family Mart. If you're ever in Japan and you need an umbrella, I recommend buying mini umbrellas from Family Mart. They're the best umbrella I've ever owned. So, all right, here we have fabric refresher and air refresher. This is green tea derived, so fresh, contains unadulterated deodorizing components extracted from natural tea leaves. So, excuse me, so that's for you to use while you're here. And we have over here, we move on to the left here, and we have this pretty open space that fits lots of bags here. I brought a bunch of bags just in case I plan to bring home a lot of souvenirs from this trip. I'm here for 12 days, so have those available in case I want to do that. Now, because I'm on the premium floor, I get my own microwave here in the room. Now, just a thing to note about Japanese microwaves is that they tend to run at lower, like about 500 to 700 watts of power. In the US, I think the average one runs at least 1,000, somewhere around 1,100 to 1,200. So it's just something. Then we have a full refrigerator. I have a couple drinks in there. Pocari Sweat, if you are going out in heat or doing a lot of physical activity, definitely recommend to drink Pocari Sweat. And I bought and also water from that vending machine that we saw as we approached the floor. And then this refrigerator also has a fully working, fully functional freezer. So pretty rare to find a full refrigerator, and definitely rare to find a full microwave in your room in Tokyo. So definitely a good cost here thing. Now we come over to the desk. We have electric kettle, some glasses and beakers here for beverages of different sorts. Have telephone. That black thing is my spare lithium battery. So box tissues, notepad with a pen. Now behind the notepad I've placed the breakfast slips here. Now when you check in, depending on how many nights you have and if you include breakfast in your plan that you booked, you'll get a voucher for every day that you are staying. So I get 11 vouchers because I'm staying 11 nights. So each one has their own date. I've already used one today. So so the next voucher I have is good to tomorrow. But as you can see, I have multiple vouchers here. When it came out of the machine, I didn't know there was going to be that many vouchers. This is a non-smoking room, and there were some reviews I've seen of this hotel that stated that this hotel, sometimes you can smell smoke in other rooms. I've not had that problem. The only place I've smelled smoke is near the smoking room on the second floor, near the Lawson convenience store. So other information on how to join the Sotetsu Hotels Club. So if you're interested in that, if you plan to stay at these kind of hotels regularly when you come to Japan, you can get discounts and things like that. You can also get spa treatment here in the room. 60 minutes runs just under $100, 13,000 yen. Right now the yen is going for US dollar, it's going for about $142. So just under $100 for 60 minutes of in-room aromatherapy. A service I definitely recommend you do if you have a later flight in the day is do luggage service, and so here's information on that. So the luggage service is basically you can set up to have your bags delivered to the airport before the day you fly. You book it the day before in the morning by 9 a.m. They'll come get your bags. And then after 4 p.m., your bags will be available at the airport. So if you have a later flight, like I would say at least after 6 p.m., then that service is pretty good to use. Amenities here that we have, just direction of where you can find amenities and Wi-Fi and things like that. So this lamp here, before we continue, so I can show you that thing there because it looks like the back is bleeding through. It's a nice little desk lamp. It has it's a touch type lamp, so we just touch it there to turn it off. All right, now coming back over to here. So we have our Wi-Fi information, as well as where you can find amenities in case you do not have a premium room, or if you have a premium room, they provide the amenities in the room, so it's nice. You can set up wake-up calls with your phone in the room, as well as where the breakfast located. As I said, that's on the 2nd floor at the patio. And cleaning and towel change tells you what to do to have that happen daily, if you prefer that. If not, they won't do it daily. They'll only do it every 3rd day. Where you can find other amenities, there's ice machines from on the 3rd to 16th floor, as well as the 20th floor. Vending machines on every floor that is that rooms are on, which is the 3rd through the 20th. Where you can find microwaves, as well as coin-operated laundry. So I'll definitely be checking that out because I need to wash a couple of pieces of clothing while I'm here. I didn't bring enough clothes to have new outfits every day. So checkout for here is 11 o'clock unless you are a Sotetsu Hotel Club member, so that's another benefit of that club. It will be noon if you're one of those. And then where you can have baggage delivery. So just more information here on the cleaning, how it works. As I mentioned, every 3rd day they come in and do a mandatory cleaning whether you request or not. So you do have to think about that if you're not someone who likes the room to be cleaned every day. All right, we have more information about the in-room body care stuff. So they come in your room and give you a massage on your bed. This is a good one for people who prefer taxi or are in a group of a few people. So that way, I mean, taxi might work out a little bit better depending on what you're doing. But Go is is the closest thing you're gonna get to actual Uber. Supposedly Uber is coming to Japan, but they are priced up pretty. They're already here actually, but if you do it here, you're just gonna get regular taxis, not actual ride share. They just partner with real taxis to actually just call a taxi for you. But Go is very similar to Uber in how it works. So this card says that they've restricted access to the balcony. That is the case, but the restriction, I got them to remove it for me, so it's just at my own risk to be on the balcony. So we're going to be very careful when we're out on this balcony here. Information on how you can connect to the internet with either wired LAN connection or the Wi-Fi. And again, more information about housekeeping. We've already shown you a couple things here, but this is all the stuff that was laid out, that was in this document holder right here. So I'm going to put all that back now that I've shown you that. I purposely laid that out so you can see it all. So we'll go ahead and put that back. And again, I did not request room clean, so you're about to see my bed. And I pretty much made it up from sleeping in it last night, so that's why it looks in this state. But bed right here, it's like a full-size bed. If you do not like hard mattresses, I would not recommend staying here because mattresses are pretty hard. They are bouncy, but they're hard. So here's the bed. Desk over here with a little lamp. So this lamp, as well as the lamp on the desk here, do not turn off like in other hotels. In other hotels, specifically Appa Hotel that I've stayed at before, they turn off the they turn off everything in your room except the refrigerator when you do that. This hotel only turns off like the main lights. So, to note, there is a lot of plugs in this room. There's a light switch here that controls the lights over the bed. So if you want to turn off all your lights except that, you can climb into bed, then press that. I find that this little lamp provides enough light for that, so that's not a problem as far as I'm concerned. Other things in the room here. There's a couple nice things here. We'll do the balcony last, so don't worry, I will show you the balcony and the view. All right, next to the bed, we have a pretty decent sized closet. Over shelf space, a couple of my shirts up there. I'm gonna move around to the other side because there's very little space between the bed and the closet, so I can't really show you accurately what's in there. All right, so I have a couple hangers in there, and I have my backpack, but over in the middle there, we have the foot massager. There's actually a foot massage machine in the room, so that's pretty awesome. I have not tried it out yet. There's a mini ironing board as well as an iron tucked underneath there. So if you need to do ironing, you are able to do that. I have a few of my shirts hanging up in here. There are a few other drawers in here at the desk I almost forgot to mention. This drawer right here has laundry bags, as well as basic information about the hotel in this folder. So laundry bags and basic information. I would not look in that book really, as far as if you're trying to find out what the hotel has and everything. You're better off looking at that little placard right there. There's very little information in that book that has to do with facilities and things like that, like you would normally. It's basically just terms and conditions of your accommodation here. So they do offer laundry service, so you can do a laundry service if you want. Other two drawers just have my underwear and socks, so I'm not going to show you that. Another thing in this room, we'll come on over here to the wall here. There is a intercom system, which is pretty unique for a hotel. But the intercom, if someone comes up to your room and wants to talk to you, you can just talk through the intercom. So I think that's pretty cool. This is the air conditioning unit. For some reason, it keeps setting itself to 24 degrees Celsius. I'm going to set it back to 22 degrees Celsius, which is about 72 degrees. And then we have, this is the on-off button. If you look very carefully, let's see if I can get focus. I can't get focus. Right here, you can barely see it. If you don't get my reflection on it. There we go. That's pretty much better. Power of the air coming through the vents. As well as, this is the on-off button. This is the airflow control. This is the temperature control. And then if you want to change it to Fahrenheit, so you can see 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Change that back to Celsius for now. I don't like to really change that. More light switches here so you can control the individual lights. Here, we'll turn those back on. Right over here is the light switch for the bathroom. Right behind this door is the bathroom. Below this is an air purifier. So if you don't put water in it, it'll just filter the air. But if you want to humidify, there's a slot right here on the side at the very bottom, right there, where you would open that up and put water inside. So if you're interested in that, there you go. Now, one more thing before I enter the bathroom. Next to where we insert the card to turn on the lights, we have full-length mirror. So there's full-length mirror right there. So very nice. All right, now we're gonna go into the bathroom. So one of the nicer things about this premium floor is the bathrooms in the room. So in the room, we have separate toilet from the bathing area. In most Japanese hotels, especially in Tokyo, the toilet will also be right next to where you where the sink area and the bathtub is, pretty much all in one unit. And in this case, there's a little bit more room in this one And it has, of course, a full Toto washlet. And here, when you open it up, it does a pre-spray on the toilet bowl, so that way it keeps the bowl clean while you do your business. One of those flushing handles here, you pull the lever one way, it flushes small. You pull it the other way, and it does a full flush. So, water conservatory type things. Not sure why that lid was moved, but there's a lid there. Controls for the Toto washlet right there. So, pretty nice. Right here we have the vanity. So this vanity is pretty nice. This switch here turns on the lights. So you have lights on there, and I won't show you the lights brightly, but there's lights. Now this mirror is actually is a heated mirror. So if for some reason you open the shower and steam comes into this part of the room and covers this, it will not, if you have that switch on with these lights on, this will defog the mirror. It's pretty cool. Amenities that came with this room are a couple of cups here. They're like plasticky or ceramic. I'm not sure what kind of cups these are. A couple cups there. Hair dryer, which you plug into this. That's the only reason you have this hair dryer here. These are my amenities, so that didn't come with the hotel room. Has one of these nice sinks like it was in the apartment I stayed at in November. So you have regular stream of water in this direction. Whoops, in this direction. And then if you press here, you have the more like a spray instead of a stream of water. Face and hand soap. And then your amenities that come in the room. Razor, right there. Body sponges, we're giving 2. And toothbrush, they all come with the room here, so you don't have to get those if you don't need extra. There are extra amenities in the amenities corner down in the lobby. All right, and then for those of you who've seen my video in the apartment back in November, we have the shower room. So it comes with bath mat and towel. The towel was here on this rack and the bath mat was inside of here, but I've already taken a shower since then. But we're gonna have a look inside here. And inside here you have a full bath. There is a shower rod, no shower curtain, just like it was in the apartment. Again, not sure why you would need it in this room other than if you want to hang up stuff on here after you do a wash, but there's a washing machine, so there shouldn't be any of that here. Coming into the shower room. So this is the controls of the shower. So this is basically the on-off switch. You push up and it'll activate the shower head right here. It can be mounted down here, so if you prefer to shoot it that way, or you can do it more the Japanese way with the little stool and bucket. They include that. Tub is pretty deep. I've not had a bath yet. I have had a shower, but I've not had a bath yet, so I can't really tell you much about that. We have here body wash, conditioner, and shampoo in here, and as well as a mirror. Mirror is a little bit weird to me, but mirror is weird to me, but it's part of the room. So whenever you take a shower in here, they do say to shut this door, because apparently steam can inadvertently activate the fire suppression system. You don't want that. All right, so we're almost done with this room tour. Now it's time for my favorite part of the room, and that is the balcony. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the balcony. Curtain this way, curtain that way. Light filtering curtains, and here's the balcony. So it's my view with the door closed and screen across of Tokyo Bay, and you can see a little bit of the Tokyo Big Sight facility right over there. So that's pretty cool, I think. But you can go out on the balcony. Now, they have lock here on the door at the base, but I had them unlock it. Basically, they just say I have to make sure it's locked by the time I leave. So that way it's fine. And I said, no problem. All right, so we're gonna go out to the balcony. I'm gonna put this here so I don't have the curtain going everywhere. Also, there is ventilation for this room if you don't want to open the balcony. This little button here opens a vent, and air does flow out through this vent here. And you just push it in all the way to close it back up. So we go out to the balcony. So flip that open. We have the main door right here. And then we have this green door right here. It's a rather windy day, so I won't be spending too much time out on the balcony. But here's the balcony. There is a separation between my balcony and the next room's balcony right here. So you can be kind of quiet when you're not here. You don't want to make a ruckus, because other guests could hear you. But here is a view of my not mine, but the view from my room here on the balcony. So, as I said, you have Tokyo Big Sight right over there. That's Tokyo Big Sight. And of course, this is the Tokyo Bay right over here. And there is a bridge in the distance. Unfortunately, I do not know anything about that bridge. I see that they're in the distance there, but pretty nice view. You can see Haneda Airport as well. You can see the tower in the distance right there. Is Haneda Airport's tower right there. So you can see planes. And then this area is being built up a lot. As you can see, there are cranes here building all around. So Tokyo is forever increasing its size. But there is view. Oh, we have an aircraft. Let's see what we can see of this aircraft here. A little bit off topic. Maybe that's a Japan Airlines aircraft. I can't quite tell them right now. Pretty sure it'll be much clearer when we're looking at this on YouTube when I plan to upload this. But that's the view here again from my balcony here. So, hope you enjoyed this review. Let's go back out of the balcony. Close the screen back. Close the main door back. And lock that up. Balcony is really good because sometimes it does get a little bit hot in this room, even with the air conditioning on. So, definitely an advantage. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed, there we go. I hope you enjoyed the review of my hotel room here at Sotetsu Grand Fresa, Tokyo Bay, Ariake. And again, this is the premium Bayside double room, which a double room means full-size bed. That's what it means in Japan. So, hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you the next time I stay at a hotel. Thank you for watching.